We fired up the old tier list maker to see how the metagame, at least I think it's going to look, post Darkwing Blast. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So, let's talk about the metagame, shall we? So, Dinosaur. I can't even put this deck in Rogue anymore. It is just, it's going in Y though. I want to step up and say, yeah, Dinosaur is a good deck. Yeah, it can do things, but the deck, it's missing so much now. Like, I haven't even seen it perform well on like a local level, and that tells me things. Adding this, I guess we can put in Rogue. I will say, like, the Math Mech variant did show up for a wee little bit of time, but that was about it. We didn't really see this deck perform any better, and that's been about the extent of it. Branded. This is such a hard one because now that Bysteel cards exist, this deck not going to have a very fun time. But the thing is, this deck still has all of its support. It still has remained, I would say it's not quite tier 2, but it's not quite 1.5. It exists in like the mystical lower half before we hit that tier 2. Bysteel. Now I'm going to use this as a representation for Dragon Link here, or at least the Bysteel version of Dragon Link. While pure Dragon Link itself did die, this version of the deck, we won't play the boss monster that's represented here, but I do think that the splash package that this gives to Dragon Link gives this deck such a huge evolution that it's actually kind of crazy. And I do think that version of Dragon Link will find some sort of stretch out room in the format to get the chance to spread its wings and do something. But unlike, regular Dragon Link here, you are going to have to evolve. I think Dragon Link now has been pushed down to the tier 2 after the latest hits on the list, but I think that this version of Dragon Link will have to, I think the Bysteel inclusion in that deck will save this. So for this representing Dragon Link with the Bysteel cards and this plain old Dragon Link, I think this version will evolve pretty well, actually. I have hope for that. Code Talkers. I'm going to put them in Y, though. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Code Talker perform up to, any sort of standard. Now, I'm sorry to say that, because, in this format, even, this is not tier 2. It's, 2.5. It's definitely, it's doing things. Crystal Beast. Crystal Beast can perform on a local level. They have some pretty cool options going about them, I will say. I like that, but how good does that really make them? Do they deserve the Rogue category? This deck, I have not seen top of Regional. I feel like it's slightly better than what's going on down here, I feel like. Just my 2 cents. Alright, it's only because they got that fresh new car smell that they're getting the chance to kind of do some kind of cute things right now. Dark Magician. They still have Dark Dragoon. They can steal some games. Are they better than Code Talker and Dino, though? I don't think so. Dragoon is a heck of a card, but this would be more like a localized deck, and you're already having problems keeping up with the rest of what's going on in the metagame. You know what I mean? It's kind of like where our problem lies here. I'm going to put DDD in Rogue. I haven't seen this deck top in a very long time, but I mean, nobody wants to pull up the old spreadsheet and try to figure out how this deck works. That's just kind of where I am right now with this. This deck, very, very good. Marin says, I feel like this deck is the definition of Rogue. It can take things down. It can smash the metagame. It can shock a lot of players. It can just turn a lot of heads, and I think that's very important at the end of the day. It can definitely turn heads on a local level for sure, but that's just kind of that. Dinomorphia. I'm going to put this down here in Y, though. The Ignister Draco Slayer Pendulums. Now, evidently, this deck is supposed to come out of the woodwork here. It's supposed to do some really cool comboing. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how consistent it's going to be, though. It's kind of where I'm at on the fence right now with this. I think that this deck will be cool. I want to put it in, the category here, just to kind of see where things go. Bystial Dragon Maid. I am looking forward to seeing how this deck shapes up into the meta. I have high expectations for Dragon Maid with the Bystial package, because that's way more inclusions of, interruptions that the deck gets. So, we'll have to wait and see. I have hope now. Drytron, this is an interesting one, because they have 3 Ben 10 now, but does it make them perform better? I would say 1.75. Earthbox. Oh boy, this one's rough. I haven't seen Earthbox lately, not even on a local level. I guess I'm still gonna put it. It's better than these two decks, I feel like. Oh boy, I have to give an opinion on Eldritch. I'm gonna put it in tier 2. Honestly, right now, Eldritch kind of it's still good, but when the best deck in the room tier, when the best deck in the room tier elements can, pretty much evolve and play around things, I do think that you have issues that you have to deal with. And they can play skill drain too, so your best card skill drain doesn't affect the best deck in the room. So the little things to really consider there for 500. Exo Sister, I guess Exo Sister finally gets its time to shine here. I'm going to put it above Bestial Dragon Link. I think that this deck now gets the chance to do something. Flaunderies also, I'm going to leave in 1.5. Flounder just is oblivious to this deck in general. Flounder, I guess, would be scared of this, but we'll wait and see. Goaty. Why, though? Darklaw. Oh, God. Hero with Darklaw. I'm going to put it here. You still have Triple Fusion Destiny. You can do things. That's the important thing to understand, is, your deck can do stuff. Invoked. Hi, you go in Rogue. You can still make Wind, I suppose. Stealth Kraken deck. I guess it goes in Rogue. Shatri Law level 7 pre-new good stuff. The level 7 access isn't great. Just as rogue splashable cards. I guess we can put it here. If you're playing Shatri Law, pretty good stuff, though, you're gonna have problems, I feel like. Mathmech also is just gonna continue to run around up here. I still think Mathmech does Mathmech things. Mathmech does not topple out these numbers, though, but this deck is still consistent. Mystic Mine. It's funny because this deck is just the Rogue Breaker, but now that this deck evolved to kind of counter this, I still think that this deck is still tier 1. Spright, I still think will be tier 1 as well. This deck still has a very, very strong uphill battle about it. Madolche, I guess this goes in Rogue, technically. Is this Pendulum? Well, we already have the good Pendulum deck. I'm going to put this down here in Y, though. Phantom Knights have fallen so far from glory. I guess they're still technically Rogue. The Punk Synchro deck. Now, this is interesting. The Punk package, I'm going to put up here. I think that the Punk stuff with the Jammin' Drive Dragon to still draw is really good. I'm also going to put Rika up here as well. And, actually, I'm going to put Rika down here. So many people keep telling me that, Robbie, you keep underestimating Rika. No. The deck's just not getting answers. Salad, technically Rogue. Junk Speeder Turbo goes in Y, though. Scareclaw, unironically, this deck is very Rogue. I've seen this deck do some weird things as of late. Sky Striker is definitely tier 2 now, for sure. Sword Soul's still running around in, I guess, up here. That never really changes. Tri-Brigade goes in Rogue. If that. It's better than that, for sure. And then I guess VW also goes in Rogue. But, Rogue is such a weird category right now because, Technically, these are like 2.5 decks that can perform. It's just, this meta, like, on the top end is such an interesting place, because, like, obviously, like, this is the best deck. This follows it up. This is just an annoyance to deal with. But everything, once you start dipping down below into this area, like, these decks are better than, you know, when you start pushing down through these. So you can kind of see, like, how you are scaling down your power creep. But overall, yeah, what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.